Hi friends, welcome to Yoga Aadhaar channel. In this video, I will be covering Gherand Samhita with explanations as much as possible and from the examination point of view as well. As the name suggests, this Hatha Yoga text is based on the preachings of Rishi Gherand to his disciple Chandakapali to teach Hatha Yoga to achieve Raj Yoga. Yoga of Gerhand Samhita is defined as Gathasth Yoga. Gathasth means physical body. So before starting, Rishi Gerhand discusses few principles with his disciple before explaining the 7 chapters of Hatha Yoga. So let's begin with those principles. First, the Rishi explains that there is no prisoner's chain like that of Maya. Maya is the source of ignorance which causes the finite empirical ego to be mistaken for the infinite self, that is Atma. That is why the Rishi has compared Maya with the prisoner's chain because it is very difficult to break because it cannot be seen and not even easily understood as it is. But thereafter, the Rishi says that there is no strength like that which the discipline of yoga gives. Obviously, with this strength, one can break the chains of Maya. Along with this, Rishi says, for this chain to be broken, there should be knowledge of the same. Hence, the Rishi has compared knowledge with the best friend. Now, the Rishi warns that your biggest enemy is your ego, and this applies to all aspects of our lives. One author on the book of ego has stated that in our careers it prevents us from learning and developing our talents. When we taste success, ego can blind us to our own faults, alienate us from others, and lead to our downfall. So, the Rishi has warned us not to be a friend with your ego. Then the Rishi explains that by mastering Gathas Yoga, one can achieve Tattva Gyan just like one can study all sciences by learning the alphabet. He further explains the secret of life and death, that the bodies of all living beings are the results of good and bad deeds. We all know that all our actions are performed through the body. If the body is not there, we cannot do any action. So the body is responsible for all actions. Then these actions are responsible for rebirth and physical bodies. This keeps continuing like a rotating mill. He further explains the soul, our Atma, passes through life and death, that is moved by its actions, as explained earlier, similar to the buckets in the rotating mill which go up and down, now full and now empty, which keeps on continuing. The Rishi explains that our body is soon going to be decayed and it can be prevented by purifying and strengthening it hard in Yogagni, just like the pots are baked in the fire, else these pots will be spoiled if they are used to store water without baking. Now the Rishi explains about the sadhanas which are 7 in numbers. He mentions about each one starting with Atha Sapta Sadhanam. Let's have an overview of the Gherand Samhita. He explains the achievements associated with each chapter which he calls sadhana. Like first chapter on Shat Karma, if followed, leads to purification of the body. Similarly, strength, dridhata, is achieved by asanas, steadiness, sthirta, by mudra, calmness, dhairyata, by pratyahar, lightness, lagima, by pranayam, perception, pratyakshatva, by dhyan, and at the last, ultimate liberation, nirliptata, by samadhi. We will discuss about each chapter later in our videos on Gehran Samhita. You need to remember the sequence of the chapters. In contrast with Hatha Yoga Pradipika, remember the sequence and be aware that in Hatha Pradipika, Shat Karmas comes after asanas. Similarly, Pranayam comes after Mudra and Bandhas. I will make a video on comparative analysis of all yoga texts soon. So let's discuss what Ghiran Rishi says on Shat Karmas. As the name suggests, Shat means six and Karmas means Kriyas, the actions that purify our body. First one is Dhoti. Dhaw means dhona, that means to wash teeth, tongue, intestines, colon, rectum. These are all steps that come under dhoti, and they are classified into four categories. And the total number of dhoti kriya is 12. We will discuss about these kriyas in detail one by one. Second kriya is basti. Basti means syringe, which in yoga text means yogic enema. These are two in numbers. The third one is neti. Its literal meaning is thread, and in this text, the thread which is used to cleanse the nostrils. Gheran Samhita mentions about only one Sutra Neti under this category. We will soon see where the Jal Neti is discussed in other category of this Shatakarmas in Gheran Samhita. So be careful about this from the examination point of view. The fourth one is Loliki, which means Noli. This will also be discussed in detail later. Its total number is 1. The fifth one is Tratak, which means gauging. This helps in purification and clarity of our eyes. Again, it is only 1 in number. This also will be explained later. Sixth and the last one is Kapalbhati. The word Kapal means skull and the Bhati means shining. Hence, Kapalbhati is usually called brain shiner. These are 3 in number. So if we total all the kriyas, these are 20 in number. From the exam point of view, I have mentioned mnemonics to remember the sequence of Shat Karmas. Do best and love true knowledge. D for Dhoti, B for Basti, N for Neti, L for Loliki, T for Tratak, and K for Kapalbhati. Let's see overview chart of the Shat Karmas and its branches. We need to remember this chart from the exam point of view. You can go through the terminology meanings associated kriyas to understand properly about them. Like Vat means air, Vari water, Vahani fire, Sar means substance, Bahish means external, Krita means kriya of purification, Dant means teeth, Bahishkrit means elimination, Jiva means tongue, Karan ear, Kapal skull, Danda stick, Vast means cloth, woman vomiting, mul means base. In this, it is interpreted as ductum. Now coming to dhoti, which is of four types. First, antar dhoti, which means cleansing the inner of the body. What can you cleanse from the inside? You should understand what things should be cleansed, and that is gastrointestinal tract, because every day we eat, and just like kitchen, the sink and its drainage become dirty after few days. Our tract also require its own cleansing through water, air or fire. So based on it, Antardhoti consists of four kriyas. Vatsar, Vat you may well aware it is air, so we cleanse our tract by using air. Similarly, Varisar, Vari means water, so this kriya uses water. Vahani means fire, so Vahanisar means, it doesn't mean that we use fire to cleanse. Instead, we do some exercise to increase the gastric fire that we will discuss soon. Bahishkrit, Bahish means external or eject out, and Krit means Kriya of purification. You can see all the four Kriyas of Antardhoti involves the whole gastrointestinal tract and cleanses the lower gastrointestinal that we will see later. Now next category is Dhoti, uh, is Hriday Dhoti. This does not mean that it cleans the heart physiologically directly. Instead, it means that it cleanses the gastrointestinal tract up to the position of heart. We may say upper gastrointestinal tract. This will also be discussed later. Similarly, coming to Danta Dhoti, it involves the cleansing of all the organs of interior of our mouth like teeth in Dant Mool Dhoti and tongue in Jiva Shodhana. Shodhana also means cleansing. And our ear openings in Karan Dhoti and frontal sinuses in Kapal Randha Dhoti. Mool Shodhana comes in fourth category in which rectum is cleansed. This will also be discussed in detail later. So this is Vatsar. We earlier understood this, in which we drink air using Kaki Mudra, fill our stomach and then slowly expel it through the anus. Kaki mudra is the mudra in which we contract our mouth like a beak of a crow and then drink air slowly. Gheranda Samhita mentions that this kriya destroys all diseases and increases the gastric fire because it aerates the whole gastrointestinal tract and oxidizes the undigested and waste products therein. In this way, it purifies the whole tract. Next comes Varisar. As we discussed earlier, it is water that is drunk in such a way that the water passes through the intestines and expelled from the rectum by inducing multiple diarrheas. It is none other than Shankh Prakshalan and is called best of all dhotis. Next comes Vahanisar. In this kriya, one pumps his abdomen inwards towards the spine and out 100 times after breathing out fully. It cures all the stomach diseases and increases the internal gastric fire. It is none other than Agnisar Kriya. This is Bahishkrit Kriya, which is impossible technique discussed in Gehran Samhita. It is said that even the gods are not easily able to attain this Kriya, but by means of this practice one gets Deva Deha, that is god-like body. In this, air is taken in through Kaki Mudra as discussed earlier and retained in the stomach for about 1.5 hours and then forced to the intestine, after which the long intestine, which in Gyan Samhita called Shakti Nadi, remember from an examination point of view, are drawn out and washed, and after that it is drawn back into the abdomen. So this is all about Antardhoti. I have made revision points of Antardhoti, of Vatsar, Varisar, Vahanisar, Bahishkrit. We will learn more about other dhotis and remaining Shatkarmas in next videos. Thanks for watching this video.